So I'll do introductions and play-by-play, and you can talk about their items and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, Knuckles! There we go. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is the game you've been waiting for. It's Isurus Gaming versus Argentinian Rejects. And we have a super exciting matchup. It is going to be our captain's Knuckles versus I don't know how to say his name, but we know he's a good drafter. Alright, and I'd like to introduce my good friend and co-caster for the night, How. Hello, How. Thank you for joining us.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
Five
thanks.
seconds
It's great
remaining.
to be here, and thanks for having me. I'm excited for this all Argentinian affair right now.
I know,
Radiant
and
team ban.
luckily you're going to be able to translate some of the stuff for me, hopefully.
Dire team ban.
So, the cast will be in English, ladies and gentlemen, so we do apologize if you do not understand. If you're excited for the match, how about we see a couple kappas in chat? That sounds good. Looks
10
good.
seconds
Alright, so
remaining.
ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started. We have the Dire banning
5
out
seconds
the IO
remaining.
with Isurus Gaming, returning the ban with the Leshrac. Fairly
Reserve time.
strong meta ban coming out of Isurus. The IO ban, maybe a little bit outside the box out of Argentinian rejects, but certainly a viable one. Gives them too much global presence and certainly is a strong ban when it comes to Isurus Gaming, which I believe they do have a little bit of a preference for the IO Tiny combo. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, they've have a match played with it, and meanwhile, Isurus just going for the standard Leshrac ban.
Radiant team
And we
ban.
see Gyro banned finally. On an earlier series today, he was left.
Yeah, this is one thing that we see actually a lot is that Gyro actually makes it through the first phase bans and he ends up getting picked up in the first picks. But looks like we're gonna have a Gyroless game, which opens it up for Queen of Pain, Undying, a couple
Radiant
other
team pick.
kind of bigger meta heroes. I actually have always wondered, does Isurus Gaming or Argentinian Rejects enjoy playing techies?
I haven't seen it in any of their recent matches, but we never know, This is South American Dota.
The best type of Dota, frankly, I think, so far. I mean, the most exciting matches have always come out of, like, Brazil, Argentina, and Peru.
10
Um,
seconds remaining.
alright, so Undying getting picked up, and looks like Bounty Hunter will make it through the first phase
Radiant
of
team
picks
pick.
and bans. And that means we're going to see maybe some Sly Courier snipes coming out of Isurus Gaming.
Yeah, you always have to be aware of that when there's a bounty hunter in the game. And something else that I like to point, which is interesting, with Gyro Band and Undying, that probably signals that they want to go aggressive. And since Gyro isn't here, they might pick up some of the regular
remaining.
substitute. They might go with a Luna and try something aggressive or force some towers.
Yeah, looks like we are going to see the Queen of Pain coming out of Isurus Gaming. Now, Queen of Pain in the JoinDOTA League has been picked, I believe it's 33 times as of now, and has herself 17 wins, and the rest are losses. Really great success coming out of this hero. I mean, her ultimate, that pure damage, can snipe couriers if so wished. Really great initiation with that blink, and of course, Shadow Strike lending a lot of flexibility in the laning phase with that harassment.
10 seconds
I'm
remaining.
actually kind of surprised. Do you think that this is going to be a safe lane, off lane Queen of Pain, or is this going to
5
be
seconds
a
remaining.
mid Queen of Pain? Because I know that our good friend Pepita has been playing a lot of Ember Spirit
Reserve
recently,
time.
and I'm surprised that they haven't opted to pick that up.
Well, that's actually one of the reasons why Queen of Pain is such a stable pick on pretty much every region and every level of play, is that not only is it a really good hero, it's a really good hero with a lot of flexibility. So it's okay to pick it on without
Dire team
deciding
ban.
exactly which lane it's going to go. You can always switch it around, but I do believe that we might just be seeing a mid Queen of Pain here, and Lena picked up as a response.
This is a really strong response coming out from the Argentinian rejects.
10
I mean,
seconds
Lena
remaining.
has a really great laning phase. The Fiery Soul gives her a lot of harassment
5
ability.
seconds
And not only that, I
remaining.
mean, Dragon Slave and Light Strike Array offer up quite a bit of versatility during the laning phase. And at
Reserve
level
time.
6, you can easily, if you land that stun, get yourself a Dragon Slave and then a Laguna Blade, the majority of carries that are going to be middle are going to explode, with the exception of, I believe, Ember Spirit, as long as he has his Flame Guard up, and maybe like one or two others. But it comes down to being really really close. Also, the Lena pick will opt out a
Radiant
Storm
team
Spirit probably coming out of mid, so they may be forced to lane if they do wish to pick up a Storm Spirit, which has been a common ban and pick so far in Isurus Gaming's and Argentinian
Dire
Rejects
team
games.
ban.
And Isurus is actually going to opt for the Bloodseeker ban, and Argentinian Rejects going for the Darkseer. What do you think about these picks and bans so far, Hal?
I think that the Darkseer ban is mainly because they're afraid of getting some other
10
more
seconds
AoE
remaining.
combo with the Queen of Pain. She's obviously decently
5
powerful
seconds
with her
remaining.
pure damage, and you can't really avoid that as much. So you just don't want to get a vacuum into
Reserve
5-man
time.
stream, which would really damage them. Bloodseeker, a little bit. I guess he's becoming standard now, so I'm not really surprised by that either. I wouldn't be surprised to see a PL ban or something of the sort if
Radiant
they're really
team
worried
ban.
about the carry still.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Winter Wyvern still in the pool and has been fairly common, at least in the North American scene, in like the U.S. and Canada. Is that really a theme that seems to be happening more in
10
South American
seconds
Dota as well?
remaining.
No, actually, I saw it picked up earlier today.
5
I think it
seconds
actually
remaining.
is a decent pick here for Dire. They're looking for
Reserve time.
something to help the Lina mid, because Lina and Queen of Pain is a decently even matchup. But of course, there is the bounty hunter factor, so they might want to have a hero that can actually roam mid and help Lina as well.
Perhaps an Earthshaker or maybe something else?
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking probably either an Earthshaker or a Winter Wyvern would be their picks.
Alright, so Isurus securing themselves the late
Radiant
game by
team pick.
removing the anti-mage, and it looks like
Dire
Isurus is going to
team
pick
pick.
themselves up a Dazzle, which means that they may want to pick up a late gamer who's synergizes well with that. I guess really the only person I can think of in the pool that's kind of strong right now would be the PL. Do you think that we're going to see a PL coming out of Isurus?
I think there's a possibility, but I think that it's very dangerous to pick him now and leave you open to the immediate Ember Spirit pick
10
afterwards,
seconds remaining.
which is very good against him. So they
5
might,
seconds
but
remaining.
I would see it probably in the last pick if that were the case. I'm
Reserve
surprised
time.
that actually Broodmother has not gotten any attention so far. Yeah, but there you go. As you
Radiant
said, the
team
Phantom
pick.
Lancer, and let's see if they answer with the Ember Spirit or not.
Yeah, we might see ourselves a Pepita Ember Spirit, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that means it's going to be a super exciting game if we actually end up seeing that. I mean, it will be the battle of the wills, really. And the thing is that these teams are both equally skilled, at least from my perspective. I mean, I think, yeah, there it is, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen, how completely
Dire
called that.
team pick.
Yeah, it's become pretty standard nowadays. Ever since the international, the basic 1-2 has been if one team picks PL, you pick Ember Spirit. So still going on that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Or if you see the Ember Spirit ban, you know that you have to also try to ban out that PL as fast as you can.
yeah, there are other counters to PL, but Ember Spirit seems to be the most popular one by far.
10
And
seconds
also
remaining.
Dazzle that they Isurus picked down. It's a really big support
5
pick
seconds.
for
5 seconds remaining.
Argentinian rejects, so it might even be somewhat of a block pick for the support player.
Reserve
So
time.
I think
we'll see
that's
what
fair.
they try to get.
I mean, we also have seen Ruffy. I mean, he's played Dazzle, I think, the last
Radiant
4
team pick.
games, and currently has a 75% win rate with the Dazzle. And if he wasn't going to be playing the Dazzle, very often we would see him pick up the Rubik, which I think he has like a 66.7% win rate with, which is, just an
Dire
amazing
team
record
ban.
with that hero.
Yeah, now that Winter Wyvern band that I mentioned that they might pick to help mid, And I'm actually a little bit worried for Isurus right now. They did not ban the Broodmother, and this seems like a decent
10
game for her,
seconds
honestly.
remaining.
I would not be surprised if Dire decided
5
to take
seconds
that.
remaining.
I mean, they could, but I mean, doesn't the Ember Spirit Sleight of Fist deal with the Spiderlings
Reserve
fairly well into
time.
the late game? Dazzle Heal can also deal with the Spiderlings, and Queen of Pain could be using her Scream of Pain also to deal with the sheer
They
number. No?
Those are all things that deal with it, but they deal with it in the later stages.
10
In the
seconds
laning stage is
remaining.
really where Broodmothers are. Oh, and they actually
Radiant
ban it.
team
It's
picked.
very surprising for me. Well, with that out of the way, we just have to figure out what exactly Argentinian rejects are doing with their lineup. Is that probably Alina support then? Or is that a Wind Ranger off lane?
I
They might
mean,
even run an aggressive.
they could run an aggressive tri lane. I believe, or out of the two teams, I believe Argentinian rejects like to play the tri lane a lot more
10
than
seconds.
Isurus
10
Gaming. Isurus
seconds
Gaming
remaining.
seem to like the 2-1-2 setup more than the tri
5
lane.
seconds remaining.
And certainly have and I mean, Isurus certainly has. Oh, yeah, there's the Earthshaker coming out of Isurus
Dire
Gaming.
team picked.
And, I mean, I think the Dire certainly have more potential with a tri lane, but they have to pick something here for hard disable. And we have seen in the South American Dota the support Sven. I don't know if we're going to see it coming out of Argentinian rejects, but it was just something that I thought was so creative,
10
and
seconds
I would really love
remaining.
to see it again, honestly. But let's
5
see.
seconds
Tusk is
remaining.
banned out. What else do Argentinian rejects
Honestly,
like playing? I mean, oh, they're going
a
to pick
lion.
Lion.
Yeah, that's a lot of disable. Like you said, they were lacking some reliable ones with Lena Stun and Wind Rangers being not that reliable. So now they just got two to make sure that they have enough lockdown for Ember Spirit. And it seems like you think this is an aggressive lane or aggressive dual lane with Undying?
I mean, it can be either. I mean, the thing is that Undying, he really shines when he's being paired up against a dual or a tri lane. I mean, certainly more so when he's going up against a tri lane because he can turn the fight so much harder when there's three heroes when he's 1v3 because of all the strength that he gets from his decay, from all the heal he gets from his soul rip. I mean, the amount of zombies that he gets out of his tombstone can secure himself, a kill or two, even after he dies, while the supports are like struggling to kill the tombstone. So you never really know. I think a tri lane with the Lion and the Lena in the PL could be a thing with the Wind Ranger going middle and then the Undying solo off lane. But I think Argentinian rejects are going to wait until they see who is laning where and then determine how they're going to lane at that stage.
I think they might end up doing actually a Wind Ranger safe lane and the aggressive tri lane because, or even the PL himself, because it looks like this is an off lane Earthshaker. And that's really not the strongest laner. I think, especially if you put a ranged hero there, he can definitely deal with him solo.
So we have a couple
And,
pings coming out of Queen of Pain. It looks like Algo Don Shin is going to opt to secure the jungle and make sure that there is going to be no ward on the pole camp coming out of Argentinian rejects.
yeah, you just really want to avoid letting them get that vision, and maybe he even thinking that they might be wanting to set up a tri lane there. And everyone knows if you want to set up an aggressive tri lane, you need to take care of vision in the area, so they're trying to be careful with that.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, let's do our introductions on the Radiant side. We have Algo Chin on the Queen of Pain. We have our good friend Papita, sorry, on the Ember Spirit. We have Knuckles on the Bounty Hunter, Ruffy Senpai playing the Dazzle, and then last but not least, one, which is three more than Havost on the Earthshaker. And then we have on the Undying, IK, Chango on the Wind Ranger. Air, going to be playing that Lion, has not opted to go for anything yet. Invaders Must Die, playing the Lena. And last but not least, Safe Lane, Cordo Beast, playing the PL. Looks like we may have ourselves a fight. Knuckles will cloak up using that Shadow Walk.
Yeah, he really wants to scout out for information, and think that at this point they're pretty much sure this is an aggressive tri lane. Now they're probably going to scout to see if they can find any wards.
There will be a ward coming out of Knuckles, but he will pull back. Queen of Pain not really making too much of a play. Chango has not opted for anything as well, and it looks like this Ember Spirit may pick up the rune, no problem. That is correct. And it looks like we're actually going to see Invaders Must Die in the mid lane, going up against our fan favorite, Pepita on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I actually really like this lane setup from Argentinian Rejects. It makes all of their lanes reasonably strong. I'm just worried for mid with some of the harass that they might receive, but against Ember, it's not the worst.
Well, Vader's taking a little bit of pecking happening, but the Sentry Ward will make sure that that Bounty Hunter's effectiveness in that mid lane is somewhat reduced. Algo taking a bit of right click. Let's take a look at the overall last hits and denies. So Ember at 2 and Earthshaker actually at 2, Lina at 1. Nothing too crazy happening, but good lane equilibrium coming out of 1, just because I assume that he has used up that clarity to block those creeps and pull them back slightly, get a little bit of early farm.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a really important good start for Ember. He needs those early creep waves and the early levels to be sure he can fight up with Lina, because this is supposed to be a Lina-dominated lane.
Bounty Hunter has had a little bit of the ward wars happen here, so he's dropped a sentry and secured mid to make sure that he can harass if he so wishes. And
yeah, I think the biggest deal for this mid will be that Lina should really be careful about letting Ember get close to her. If Bounty Hunter is near her and he hits her while Ember can reach her, she is dead, but we'll see how that goes. And she de-wards again. A lot of commitment for this.
Yeah, and don't forget that she has eaten the ward using a tango, which means that she will get double the effectiveness out of that. And one in a good position to be able to come up from behind, and this could be dangerous for Invaders Must Die. He is going to be blocked off by the Fisher. Here comes Focus. Does he have himself some Searing Chains? There it is, some right clicks. A stun will come out. He disjoints it using the Sleight of Fist, but IK will bring in the Tombstone, and Focus will have to pull back, as will the Earthshaker. Really good defensive call from IK, and will protect the life of Invaders Must Die. Ruffy in position, maybe to get a little bit of harassment on this Undying, potentially.
Yeah, wants not to secure the rune for Ember Spirit. It's really important. One thing I'd like to mention is both teams actually managed to de-ward each other really well. Radiant does have one ward, but Dire actually lost all of their wards.
Courier.
On bottom.
He's walking around. I think this Bounty Hunter wants... Oh, no. Maybe do they know?
They're going to wait for 3 minutes.
They're going to wait for the flying. And I think Knuckles knows this. He's going to pull back. Yeah, Invaders is like, play. I'm not having any of this. Well played by Invaders. Good game sense, honestly, coming out. And it looks like maybe there could be a little bit of harassment coming out of this bounty, but he didn't get as much effectiveness as I think he would have liked. However, good pulls coming out of air, and has denied a lot of farm to this Earthshaker, who's sitting only at level 2, almost level 3. But it looks like we are committing 3 to the mid. There's the Searing Chains. Invaders Must Die trying to get himself a stun, but will it be enough? The Fisher will block him off. Here comes the Flame Guard coming out from underneath the tower, but Invaders Must Die perfectly fine. Uses the bottle to heal herself up, and can she really do much in response? Isurus Gaming not getting much effectiveness out of this middle lane. I mean, sure, Ember's sitting at 17 and 6, but they've committed 3 heroes pretty much the last 2 minutes trying to pick off this Lina.
Yeah, that was what I was going to mention. Even though it is making Ember win the lane a little bit against Lina, which is impressive, all of their lanes are suffering.
Oh, IK! There comes Eats, brings out the Tombstone, gets the good Fisher off coming from Earthshaker. I'll go. Just looks like they're going to focus on this Tombstone and let IK survive.
Yeah,
that
but
Shadow Strike? No, that won't proc enough to kill him. Close, though.
Yeah, very close. The offlane still, Windrunner has 3 levels and Dying has 3 levels as well. They're going much better than the Earthshaker, who's still just level 3, but if you consider that he's alone in the offlane, and Bounty Hunter is only level 2 as well, lanes aren't going all that well for Isurus.
Yeah, Argentinian rejects with Cordo Beast. I mean, he pretty much has free farm at this point, has opted for the 3-1 build, and has given himself a little bit of some stats just to make last setting a tiny bit easier. Lena, level 5. Slight advantage in overall XP. And looks like Knuckles going to make himself another rotation in. There will be a ping. Another Fisher will be coming out, perhaps, from Earth? No?
I think Lena should be aware from this. She should really just play defensive, and that's what she's doing. There's no reason to take this risk.
Well, Tombstone's up coming out of this Undying, and they don't know Undying's here. He's going to
top
opt to
tower is
hide
under
in the
attack.
trees. This could be a big play. I think Isurus might be just telegraphing a bit too much about what their intentions are, but
Radiant's
oh, no,
top
looks like there
tower is
will be a
under attack.
rotation top out of the Bounty and the Earth.
Yeah, they've stayed mid way too long. They're not really accomplishing that much. They need to be here to get the experience. It was a smart play from Argentinian rejects. Since they pushed the top lane,
Oh, that Fisher got air just on the wrong side, unfortunately.
yeah. Since they pushed the top lane, they have to come back and defend, so that relieves the pressure from mid without actually rotating.
Double damage out on Pepita. And remember, ladies and
Nice
gentlemen, it's
deny.
6 minutes and no first blood.
Yeah.
Oh,
looks like
Searing Chains goes out on Lena. Just a little bit of harassment, nothing too serious.
Yeah, Dazzle denies the haste rune bottom and guarantees that Ember wins the rune battle this time.
And Queen of Pain sitting at 25-2, but I mean, this PL is a happy camper. 6 minutes and 30 seconds,
Dire's
sitting at
middle
43
tower is under
CS.
attack.
Oh, and mid going with a DD.
Oh, Invaders Must Die is going to get himself picked off. Focus now with the double damage. No mana. Cordo Beast wants to try to make this a play. Doppelganger.
doesn't have enough
No Phantom
damage.
Rush, but is slowed by the Spirit Lance. He's committing really hard to this, and now the Queen of Pain is going to come in. Is he going to keep going? He is. She's level 5, has a Scream of Pain. There's a Shadow Strike. Will Cordo Beast be able to take him out? There will be a heal, and she will fall. Now the Tombstone will go down. Another Mango, and Spirit Lance will be... Oh, well done. The Spirit Lance just comes out just as the Sleight of Fist ended, and ended up picking off Pepita.
Yeah, I mean, decently sized mistake from Isurus. I think they should have just backed off from that. They should have just protected the Ember, but not tried to really engage into that fight, and they pay heavily for it. Getting the first blood, but then immediately losing 2 kills.
Which actually puts Argentinian rejects at about 1k respectively for XP and overall gold. And at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, that's not too much, but that early game lead will make a difference in the matchups during the laning phase. Shango.
At 7 minutes in, 2k is decently relevant. It's a chunk of difference, especially when these heroes are getting close to level 5 and 6, 7. That really can play a difference.
Alright, Invaders Must Die starting at 36-2, and we're going to go over to the overall net worths. I mean, Ember sitting at number 2, but this PL, happy as a clam, sitting at number 1, just about 200 gold ahead.
Yeah, you can see that the net worth is very top heavy for Argentinian. They're doing really well with their 3 cores.
And really great warding so far in this mid lane. I mean, pretty much we haven't had a single moment where they have had no wards on either side, so...
Yeah, it seems like most of the focus for both teams, especially Isurus' mid lane, so not surprised to see both teams prioritizing warding there a lot.
It makes sense. I mean, Pepita is a 6.3k MMR player, and a lot of the success of Isurus is going to rely on him winning this mid lane, or at least getting pickoffs in the top and bottom. So it makes sense that they would, you know, commit their time to making sure that this lane goes well for him. But
I also think this is something they have to do. You cannot leave an Ember to fight for himself against Alina. That is not a matchup piece.
Oh, Chango using the win run. Looks like she may be okay. The blink is down on Elgo. There will be a TP response coming out of Undying, but nothing too crazy going to happen there. Earthshaker at the top. Spirit Lance and There is a bounty hunter ready to make a play potentially on air if he goes up a little bit too far forward. There's a JoinDOTA. Really good Fisher, but there will be an Earth Spike. Will Knuckles be able to do anything? There is a healing salve. Is there a... No, there's no Shuriken available, and that lion will survive with his life.
Yeah. Now we start looking at hero levels and see which heroes are actually approaching their ultimates. Lion is only one creep away, so he really wants to get the last bit of experience top. Meanwhile, bottom, a fight between King of Pain and Windrunner. She's trying to chase, but I don't think she'll commit to this.
No, she won't, unfortunately. I mean, both teams playing extremely carefully. They know that really, if they just let any lane completely dominate, it means they may win the game. I mean, laning phase, I feel like Argentinian Rejects and Isurus Gaming are toe-to-toe. I mean, maybe there's a slight advantage for Pepita. Oh, Pepita going in deep! Invaders does have double damage, but it's not enough. And Focus / Pepita will take another kill on Lena, securing that top spot. Only real competition is going to be this PL. With his drums...
Really well done by Pepita. He actually dodged her stun again, like you said, with the sleight of fist. He's really good at that.
Yeah, that practice certainly paying off. I mean, and that's why I think we're going to see maybe a few more rotations on this Ember. Let's take a look at his items so far. Looks like he has his phase boots. Maybe is going to go for that fighting early drums build.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his games, and it does seem to be the preferred build. He likes, unlike a couple of the Ember Spirits who really like rushing into the Battle Fury, he really likes stopping for those stats items, so I think he'll at the very least get the drums before trying for Battle Fury or anything like that.
Alright, so Algo is in a little bit of trouble here. Does have enough for her ult and a blink if she so wishes, and she will get out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Cordo Beast hunting. They're hunting for her, but Algo playing it safe, teleports herself out. I mean, Focus Fire is down for another 30 seconds, so they may not be able to secure this. Oh, no, they will. No one's really making any defensive. Yeah, they don't. No one's gonna make a teleport in. Ember is happy for the space mid and will secure himself a lot of CS and a lot of farm during that minute.
Watch Lena, she might get jumped right now. Bounty Hunter is following her in the jungle and giving information to Ember.
Ember has picked up the rune. And looks like he wants to make a play. Now there is air mid, ready to be defensive. And I mean, so is Windrunner. They do see the Bounty Hunter though with that sentry ward. But
take a look at both jungles. You can see how both teams like to play aggressive. You look at both jungles and they're both warded pretty much in the exact same spots. Both teams want to take over the map, push the towers, and they don't want to leave room because I really feel like this mid and late game is a toss-up between the two teams.
Structures are fortified.
Now, it should be mentioned that, I mean, Windrunner and Undying, I mean, Argentinian Rejects, they know what they want. They want to push these towers super aggressively, use the Windrunner after she hit that level 6, you know, as soon as she can. I mean, the Undying has his Tombstone, is able to defensively Tombstone if they do try to initiate. And, oh, Chango will have the Searing Chains go out on him, but we'll pull back, no big deal. I mean, the information from the track will be useful. They do see that there is 4 mid. Meanwhile, PL more than happy to take over the jungle and continue farming. Meanwhile, top tower did go down to the Earthshaker and the Queen of Pain, and she will continue to push. Looks like we will see a rotation, but remember that Windranger is tracked, so they do know that this rotation is coming.
Yeah, and both teams just playing a game of chicken to see.
Oh, Focus playing super aggressive. There it comes mid. There will be a Tombstone coming down, but Invaders Must Die just getting melted. We'll use the bottle. We'll try to... There's a Hex coming on Focus. Followed by Lightstrike Array, and he will get destroyed by that Spirit Lance. And now Ruffy using the... Very well done. Will likely survive and will teleport to safety using that shallow grave.
Yeah, a little bit surprising that he jumped in there. Just like you said earlier with the track, they still had a decent idea that there were at least a few people mid. But he really just wanted to repeat what he already had done twice against Lena. But a little bit of an over-aggressive play there.
Well, the one thing that we will always say about Isurus Gaming as they take this tier 1 mid is that they have like a make or break sort of strategy. They either go, you know, all the way in, super go, oh, Earth! Echo Slam going on Chango. There's the track. Are they focusing her? They will get the ult off, but she will get that win run and run herself away, and they will only end up picking off the Lion while committing themselves an Echo Slam and the Fisher. A track kill was a success, and they will try to get themselves this tier 1, but they committed a lot for that.
It might seem like a big committal, but honestly, you don't even expect Earthly Shaker to have an Echo Slam with Blink Dagger at this point, so I think it's okay. Especially like how you said they have Bounty Hunter. You know how it is with Bounty Hunter. Whenever you trade evenly with Bounty Hunter,
you come out on top. Yeah,
if you come out on top, your enemy's losing. So yeah, I think that they're okay doing ultimates like this as long as they can keep trading and eventually build up enough of a gold advantage.
Now, it looks like we are seeing a really greedy build coming from the Phantom Lancer. I mean, he has opted for the Boots of Travel, which, you know, utility-wise, I think for this game, they're giving him a lot of space, so I think he's definitely playing to the advantage, so he can just go anywhere and farm. The real question is, are we going to see that Sanjin Yasha build that we've seen recently in the JoinDOTA, or is this going to be a Diffusal Blade? Or maybe something else?
I would be surprised, but we'll see.
Oh! Sorry, in the mid, Lena, they revealed the Bounty Hunter. They just Light Strike Array and a Laguna Blade was more than enough to rip him apart.
Yeah, but I agree with you that PL's build, I agree with it this game. It seems like they want to walk as a 4 or 5-man squad, but as much as they can, leave PL on his own to keep on farming, and farming the lanes, pushing, split pushing. But I would be surprised to see the Sanjin Yasha before the Diffuser here, but we'll see.
Well, there will be a... Knuckles getting a track on Chango. The focus fire is down for a few moments. She'll eat that delicious enchanted mango. And looks like she may actually...
do it.
Now, it will be an Aghanim Scepter.
Top tower is under attack.
It was a risky play, but it paid off. They
1.6 million.
Alright, IK making his way top. Looks like Ember taking a page out of the PL's playbook and just going off on his own, pushing out a lane.
Yeah, I think it feels like it's really going to be the clash between the 4 players on both sides, and then PL versus Ember Spirit. And honestly, I don't know who actually comes out on top. As much as Ember Spirit is a counter to PL, Windrunner is really good against Ember Spirit as well. You get some lockdown, you manage to latch him with that concussive, with that shackle shot, and you can focus fire him down. He's not that tanky for an agility hero.
This is very true, and I mean that Aghanim's focus fire will just lend herself so much damage coming out of that Ember. And even though I feel like the amount of lockdown is probably, well, actually I'd say it's about even. I mean, Lion is one of those heroes. He lends himself with the Hex and the Earth Spike, but I mean, I feel like Earthshaker is also really great. I mean, every single one of his abilities stuns, and his passive just makes stuns better.
Yeah, I feel like you're definitely correct. Lion and Earthshaker serve a similar role when it comes to crowd control.
Yep. Will be a deny. Oh crap, and while that was happening, Earthshaker goes top. Oh, Cordo Beast falls! Wow, what a great play. The Sonic Wave and a Scream of Pain would take out that PL at the top. And if we take a look...
it seems like, once again, Earthshaker is having huge impacts. We saw earlier today with European teams, the Earthshaker really took over the game, and it seems like this one's going to be no different.
Haste!
I mean, both teams are... They seem to be really trying to avoid the big team fights.
Yeah.
Which means we are seeing a lot of this kind of objective-based, get a pick-off, secure a tower, get another pick-off, secure a tower, or like create space for Ember, create space for PL. And we're not seeing like a ton of those huge kind of off-your-face sort of team fights that we've come to expect from Argentinian rejects and Isurus Gaming. And it's actually really odd seeing them play like this and play well like this. I mean, both teams are 5-4. There's not a lot happening on the map, but like there's a lot of plays, a lot of mental games, a good vision, good information coming from the Bounty Hunter. I mean, this is Dota, South American Dota at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's rare that you see this much controlled aggression in South America, but as the Chinese often do, it's these games where even though you only have 9 kills, there's definitely a lot more than that going on. It's just like you said, the teams, they want to push towers, they want to take objectives, but they don't really want the direct 5-on-5 fights. So it's still a very aggression-packed game, and we're gonna see a push here in the top lane.
Yeah, and
bottom tower is under attack.
Glyph will be forced out. Invaders must die. Just going a little bit. Just wanted to go up ahead, maybe get a little bit of info. And it looks like this tier 1 tower will fall. Oh, there is a Fissure. And Windrunner just wants to secure this down, and she will do so very successfully. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain in the background teleports herself to safety, kind of just creating a little bit of space for herself. Meanwhile, bottom, our good friend Pepita
pretty much has his defusal.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, that the interaction with Phantom Lancer is that defusal completely purges the Flame Guard coming out of Pepita, which means that magic resistance is pretty much nil, and the damage absorption pretty much nil once that defusal is out.
Yeah, you can really surprise him, especially with the first few charges where he tries to jump in thinking that he's a lot more tanky than he really is.
Yeah, certainly understanding your enemy is one of the great skills of Dota, and this PL showing that he definitely knows Pepita very well. I mean, both of these teams are friends. They're on each other's friends list. They know how each other play. We see rosters changes in between the two teams all the time, so they are certainly knowledgeable of each other.
Earthshaker looking to jump into PL.
Oh, this could be big. Earthshaker does have his blink, has the force.
Just waiting for the right moment in the lane.
There's the enchant totem and the track. We'll use the double walk. Will it be enough? And he will escape into the trees. Meanwhile, on the bottom, actually, Lena gets herself picked off. Oh no, now Air gets himself in trouble. There's the Searing Chains, a couple right clicks, a Shadow Strike, and a Finger of Death will go on Algo, and the 2 kills will go back and forth. Chango will use her Focus Fire to take out the Queen of Pain with that Shackle at the same time. Good overall TP responses from both teams. And I mean, the score is only 7-5.
Yeah, but that is a decently big fight for Isurus in a game with only 12 kills. They managed to get 2 kills and push the tower, so I think they'll be happy with that exchange.
Yeah, Argentinian. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, the first Battle Fury coming out. Argentinian rejects are sitting at about a 500 gold advantage and about 1,000 in overall XP. We do see Algo writing on the map. Hey guys, take a look, loop around, check out this offlane and into the river. And there's the info coming out of Knuckles. IK puts down the sentry ward, and there is the enchant totem. An easy kill for Focus. Spirit Lance will offer up a little bit of right-click damage. Oh, Yule Scepter on this Bounty Hunter. There's the stun. Defensive Fissure, but will it be enough? The Shallow Grave will keep him alive. Oh, the Echo Slam comes out. And the Earthshaker survives the Laguna Blade. The track's coming out, and wow, these blink echoes coming out from Earthshaker have just been really clutch so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And Queen of Pain getting hunted down by Windrunner, and she blinks away. But yeah, absolutely. And especially now, he's going to actually he purchased his second mobility item with a Force Staff. We can only expect more of those plays from him.
Oh, they're rotating 3 for this Windrunner. There's the Searing Chains and a... Wow, actually, who has the... Oh, Queen of Pain has the Orchid. Yeah, no Windrun for you.
Yeah, caught her off by surprise, and now they win this tower too. Seems like finally Isurus taking a little bit of a lead in this game that was pretty much dead even so far.
Yeah, they were just waiting for Ember to pick up his Battle Fury, I believe. I think that's what they wanted, is Pepita to be in a good place for the mana regen, overall hit point regen, and just having the Sleight of Fist maxed out. Waiting for the Orchid on the Queen of Pain, being able to lock down this Windrunner effectively without letting her escape using the Windrun. And I mean, really good item choice coming out of the Queen of Pain as well. I mean... Oh, ult coming out on Lion. He's very low. Knuckles wants his kill, but will he get it? There will be a defensive dust. Knuckles now in trouble to heal, and the Laguna Blade will pick off that Bounty Hunter. And Chango playing very aggressively. Oh, no. She won't go in, and looks like they're going to disengage. They want to have their Bounty Hunter around, and I mean, right now Isurus are 11-6. They
Did you see actually bottom PL died?
No, I didn't. Oh no, we missed it. Focus. Pepita. 1 second. We missed it. Pepita. Pepita.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know if he did it alone. I would be surprised if he did it alone, but somehow they managed to kill PO before he was able to TP out. That's much bigger than a bounty hunter kill.
Certainly, and now we see, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, what has happened to these net worth charts? We see Isurus Gaming skyrocketing.
Yeah, and you look at the smoke. Bounty hunter, I was going to mention it before that fight, he just picked up a medallion, and that means they're going to try to go for Roche now. They might try to get just a pick off, and then if it succeeds bottom, they're going to rotate straight into Roche.
Yeah, it looks like PL playing it safe, but... Oh, there it is. Big Echo Slam. Invaders must die. Blocked off by that Fissure and a heal bomb. And the Shuriken will secure that for Isurus Gaming, and that means that Roshan will be free to go, but, I mean, we do have the Undying and the Lion making their way, maybe getting a good Warda here. They do have vision on Roshan, so there will have to be a smoke into Roche if they want to go without. Oh, Windrunner! They're just going to try to right-click each other, but I think it's going to be in Windrunner's favor. Oh, she will blink out. Will there be a Fissure? That's the real question. There it is. Enchant Totem, Fissure, Chango in big trouble. Can she make it? Scream of Pain will secure that kill. Now Cordo using the Doppelwalk. Phantom Rush, a Diffusal Blade. Algo getting healed up. She will be able to blink herself out. The track does go on the improper Cordo Beast. And now Knuckles dusted, sentry'd. The Shallow Grave will come out. Will he be able to properly get himself out? The Hex does not interrupt it, but...
But once again, Isurus really good damage control. They just trade again a Bounty Hunter for a Windrunner. That's still totally worth it. And they're doing this every single time, pretty much.
Yep, every single time. I mean, they get a little bit of extra gold, and the XP slowly climbs more and more in Isurus' favor. If we take a look... It's now 4K overall for Isurus. Meanwhile, the overall net worth skyrocketing to 5K. This is not really looking good for Argentinian Rejects. What's the play, How? How do they come back into this game? What do they have to do?
If I were them, I would actually try to go make a smoke gank play. They need to be able to somehow push those lanes back from their towers and gather up mid and try to smoke. If they can catch out 1 or 2 players from Isurus, I'm sure they can rotate that into Roshan with Windrunner's Focus Fire, which takes it decently quick. So I would definitely try to smoke gank sometime soon.
Alright, the haste has been activated on the Ember. The real question is, do they want to make a play with this? They see a PL illusion farming this jungle. I mean, really great warding coming out of Argentinian Rejects. If you just take a quick look, I mean, they have vision everywhere. Meanwhile, Isurus essentially flying blind when it comes to the enemy jungle.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised for them to pick up...
Oh, IK tracked. Sentry ward goes down. Big Echo Slam. Big Fissure. Chango in trouble, and a Sonic Wave will secure a double kill, actually. Windrunner and Undying are down. And here's the real question. What's the play? Do they go for the tower, or are they going for the Roche?
They have the medallion, so they're probably going for the Roche. Bounty Hunter made a choice between rushing for a Mechanism and then the Greaves, or medallion for Roshan, and it seems pretty clear what they want.
And it should be mentioned that the vision...
I feel like it's been pretty much every single fight. You've either said, what an amazing Fissure or an amazing Echo Slam. Seems like Earthshaker is really the boss of this game, doesn't it?
Yeah, I really feel like his plays have been super MVP. His blinks and his follow-up have been extremely fast. I mean, it's obvious that, you know, he's using, like, the, you know, the blink shift.
It seems like Dire have finally noticed, but it might just...
User in your channel timed out.
They're not going to be able to do very much, unfortunately, and so Ember is going to pick up this Aegis of the Immortal, which means it will be 6v5, but remember... You can never underestimate the power of an Undying Tombstone, a good Light Strike Array, and of course, the Phantom Lancer, who can just continue to right-click away, create more and more illusions, and just be an annoying little bugger when it comes to those team fights, which, I mean, yes, the Sleight of Fist can deal with them slightly, but if Focus doesn't have himself any mana because of the Diffusal Blade, he could be in trouble. Tier 2 will be falling. Pushes out the rune. Oh, there's a power shot followed up on Focus. But nothing really follow-up wise, unfortunately.
Dire's middle tower
And now
has
they're going to go for
fallen.
the PL, and PL just going to pull back. Pulling the kind of good old, I'm the Naga Siren, push out, hit a couple towers, and then
Radiant's
run
top
the heck
tower
away.
is under attack.
It looks like PL playing a very conservative game, and Cordo Beast does not want to throw this by accidentally dying or getting himself picked off, but alright, so Chango does have her Aghanim Scepter, Phase Boots, a bottle in the pocket. Meanwhile, we do have Algo sitting on what looks to be a Lincoln Sphere, I believe. Let's take a quick look here.
Radiant's top tower is
That
under
is
attack.
correct. And that's being flown out shortly. We're going to have a Glimmer Cape coming out on the Dazzle. Lion, only Tranquils and a Magic Wand. This is not a great place for him to be. I mean, he is sitting at 2.1k gold, so it looks like he will be going for the Blink Dagger Lena. Oh my goodness, did we just miss Focus? Focus, you're out of control. How do you even play against this? This PL just got himself picked off. Ember coming in. There's a second one. Do they want to make another play? There's Invaders Must Die. Searing Chains. Chango's in trouble. There comes the Echo Slam and a big Sonic Wave. It's going to be enough. IK, Orchided down. Scream of Pain. Enchanted Totem. And an... Oh, looks like actually it's going to be Algo picking it off. Triple kill for Ago. This is a devastating play. Argentinian rejects completely down. Only have one teammate left, and it's a poor little Lion. No buyback on anyone.
Dire's middle tower is under
It
attack.
looks like that they are going to peck away at this tier 3 tower, and they may even secure themselves a Rax if no one is up fast enough. Ember Spirit still has the Aegis of the Immortal,
Has fallen.
and there are the drums. 5
Dire's
seconds until
middle
this
barracks
PL is up,
under attack.
and the melee racks will go down, followed by the
Dire's
range
middle
racks, and they will
barracks
pull
has
back,
fallen.
reset. I don't think they want to continue fighting. And unfortunately, my co-caster has disconnected, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to quickly try to figure out if we can get him back on our call. But until then, let's take a look at the overall net worth. We have Ember Spirit sitting at 1,700, followed by the Queen of Pain at 14, and our poor little PL sitting at 12k. But this Ember Spirit just critting him down, destroying him with this Daedalus and this Battle Fury. I don't know what Cordo Beast is going to be able to do. Alright, so Queen of Pain has opted to go for the Blink, or sorry, the Orchid and
User
the...
joined your channel.
Okay.
Alright, you're back.
TeamSpeak died.
That's okay. I tried to make up for doing the color commentary. I'm not very good at it, so I'll let you get back
Dire's
to it
bottom
once you're
tower
back
is
into the
under
game.
attack.
And Queen of Pain actually going for a Hyperstone. What is that going to be? Is that a Mjolnir or an AC? I mean, we've seen a lot of AC coming out of Queen of Pains in this role. Certainly when they have this much farm.
If it weren't an AC, they just want to finish this. Whatever gives more team presence, it helps push the towers. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an AC. But at this point, it almost seems like this game is in the bag for Radiant.
Alright. There is going to be the Lincoln Sphere, utility Lincoln Sphere coming out of Elgo. The Searing Chains will end up landing on IK. Will that take him out? The Fissure takes him out. There's no Undying to be able to defend these racks, and then Focus just pecking away. There is going to be a Weave, and of course the Shine coming out of that Solar Crest. Chango trying to get that... Oh, Sonic Wave. Lena trying to get herself away, but the Sleight of Fist will take them both out. Really big crit coming out from Focus, and now Cordo Beast going 1v1. There's the Echo Slam. Cordo Beast getting himself a lot of right-click damage from this Queen of Pain, and will it be enough? Chango desperately trying to survive, but it's going to be a 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen, and Argentinian rejects will GG out of this game. Well played by Isurus Gaming.
Competing in the end, especially with that DD, that just was way too much for them.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back for game number 2 of the JoinDOTA League Season 7 Division 2 South American Division, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful game coming out from Isurus Gaming, and it's a best of 2, so we have one more to go.